Hi kids, my name is Michelle, what's yours? I'll be your teacher. Today, I'd like to teach you about colors. There are so many, but we'll learn about 10 or so. Does that sound like fun? Do you know what this is a picture of? Well, it's an apple. Some types of apples are red like this one. Apples can also be green. It all depends on the type of apple. Apples are yummy, and, guess what? They're good for you too. Do you realize that you've already learned 2 new colors? Well, you did. I'm so proud of you. Do you remember, I first told you that apples can be red or green? Well, red was our first color. Here's the color red again. Now, I'll show you green again. This is what green looks like. I'm so proud of you for learning your first 2 colors. Well, it's time to move on and learn 2 more. Does that sound good to you? Let's start with blue. Do you know what the color blue looks like? Well, blueberries are blue. The next color we're going to learn, and it's one of my favorites, is yellow. What kind of fruit do you suppose is yellow? If you said a banana, you're right. Smile kids. Each year I try to take a picture of my students so I can keep your smiling faces in a scrapbook. I just love going back and looking at all the kids I've taught over the years. I hope one day some of you will become teachers too. Kids, did you hear that? I thought I heard someone knocking on the door. Sure enough. Someone is knocking on our door. If it's the principal, I don't want to keep them waiting. Kids, we have a special guest. It's a good friend and fellow teacher. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, boys and girls. My name is Tom, but kids in my classroom call me Mr. T. It's so nice to be here with you today.
Mr. T, I thought it would be a good idea if you could help teach the kids some new colors. Would that be okay with you?
Nothing would make me happier. As a matter of fact, I just love the color black. The color black looks so nice on cars and trucks. So, guess what? I own a black truck. I just love it. Would you care to see what I mean? Take a look at this black truck. Isn't she a beauty? Kids, did you know that many people think black isn't a color, but it is? It's a result of complete absorption of visible light. I know that can be confusing at your age, but don't worry about it. Just know that black is indeed a color.
So, Mr. T, beside the color black, what other color do you like?
Well, I never really thought about having a second, favorite color, but I would have to say, I've always liked orange too.
I like orange. Kids, can you think of a fruit that's orange? This should be an easy one to guess because the name describes the fruit. It's just funny how they named a fruit after a color. Don't you find that funny too, Mr. T?
I sure do. I couldn't think of any better name to describe the fruit. It is a great name if you stop and think about it.
Well, Mr. T, I think it's time we show the kids exactly what we're talking about. Kids, here's a picture of an orange. It's the name of a fruit that matches the name of its color. I find that pretty funny. However, what a great name.
Well, Michelle, I hate to do this to you, but I really need to get back to my class because my kids will be returning from art class soon.
Mr. T, I know exactly what you're talking about. I barely get time to eat lunch and have to return to my classroom so the kids aren't left unattended. We sure do appreciate you stopping by.
Michelle, it was my pleasure. It was fun to help your students learn some new colors. Kids, thanks for having me. See you next time.
Kids, please say goodbye to Mr. T. Thanks again, Mr. T.
Bye kids. See you again, soon.
By Mr. T. Well, kids, that was fun. So, now you've learned 6 new colors. Do you remember what they are? First we learned red. Here's what red looked like again. Do you remember I told you an apple could be red? I used that as an example. When you show someone what you're talking about, that's what we call an example. If you recall, the next color we spoke about is green. Here is what green looks like in case you've forgotten. Who can guess the next color we spoke about? If you said blue, you're right. Like they say in Massachusetts, you're wicked smart. Here's a reminder of what blue looked like, if you've forgotten. The next color we spoke about was yellow. Do you remember I showed you a yellow banana? Well, that's the color we learned. Here's what yellow looks like in case you had trouble remembering. The next color we learned was black. Don't you remember, we had a special guest, Mr. T, from just down the hallway share with us his favorite color? Don't you remember he showed us a picture of the black truck he owns? Well, I hope that helps you remember the color black. Here it is once again. I'll show you Mr. T's truck just in case you forgot. I have to admit, a black truck does look pretty nice. We've learned a lot of colors today, so, before we wrap up, I just wanted to go over the last color we learned. We learned orange, but I think you remember that one, since we just learned it a little while ago. Here's the color orange again, just in case you forgot. Kids, thanks so much for attending school today and learning some new colors. Tomorrow, I plan to show you 4 more colors. 6 colors, plus 4 more colors, equals a total of 10 colors. On the chalkboard you see 6 colors on the left. They are red, green, blue, yellow, black and orange. These are the colors we discussed today. Tomorrow we're going to learn 4 more colors. When tomorrow is over, we will have learned 10 colors total. I can't wait. Bye, see you tomorrow. Kids, it's so nice to see you again today. I hope you enjoyed your visit with Mr. T yesterday. I know he didn't bring his truck into the classroom, because that would have been silly, but it was almost like he was the star of the day. I say that because he shared with us his truck, and told us that it was black. I guess he was our guest and the star of the day. Today, I'm going to teach you 4 new colors. When class is over, I will have taught you 10 colors total. I was giving it some thought last night as I was writing my lesson plan as to what colors I'd like to teach to you. I decided that I would teach you purple, brown, gray, and white. So, let's get started. I thought it may be fun to bring in another guest to help us teach you 2 new colors. I think it's better than having me talk all day. It will make your day go by faster. I know how you just love getting out for recess or go home to play with your friends. And, who knows, maybe our guest will bring in something to show you and tell you what the color of the object is. I think our guest may be at the door now. Let me go check. Miss Charlotte, would you like to come in and introduce yourself, please?
Hi boys and girls. I'm just so happy to be here with you today to share my 2 favorite colors. My name is Charlotte. The first color I love so much is purple. Growing up, I used to love going hunting for Easter eggs and looking for the purple ones. The exact color of purple I love is like the egg shown in the glass bowl that's being dyed. It's just such a pretty color. Kids, do you like the color purple I like? If not, that's totally okay. You may have a color that you really like, but I may not. Again, that's okay. Since we like different things, that's what makes us unique. Unique means different or special. If we all liked the same things, it would be really boring. Because we all love different things, it's why I'm different than you, or Lily, Owen, Connor, or even Ayla. Ms. Michelle, you must have invited me to also teach your kids about the color gray. Well, how did you guess I just loved gray, too? Kids, the reason Ms. Michelle knew I liked purple and gray is because we spoke to each other yesterday. Do you remember when Mr. T said he had a black truck? Well, gray is a color that's somewhere between black and white. White is a color you'll be learning a bit later. The color gray and silver are really close in color. Like I said, gray is a color somewhere between black and white. It's like a mixture of the two. If you play with Play-Doh and mix two colors together, it forms a new color. Gray is just like that. If you take white and black and mix it, it will turn to gray. Kids, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Look at the cards I'm holding. The first one will be black, like Mr. T's truck. The second color will be white. Pretend you mix the colors together. The third card I'm holding will be gray. Remember, gray is the color you would get if you mixed black and white together. Here's black. Now, get ready for white. Here's white. Get ready for gray. Now, here's gray. Now I'm going to show you two pictures containing gray. The first picture will be a person painting a wall. The second picture will be a kitty cat. Now, take a look at this person painting the wall. The paint on the wall is gray. Gray, like any color, can be light or dark. This gray is on the darker side. Now, take a look at this beautiful kitty cat. The kitty's fur is gray. The kitty also has some black lines of fur and some white lines of fur. I think this is a great photo of how black, white, and gray look when pictured together. I just love this picture. Well, I think you get my point. Gray is a color somewhere between black and white. Ms. Michelle, I just want to thank you so much for letting me speak to your class and telling them about my two favorite colors, purple and gray.
Kids, can we give Ms. Charlotte a big round of applause, please? Didn't she do a fabulous job of telling all about her two favorite colors? Thanks so much again, Ms. Charlotte, for sharing with the students, purple and gray, your two favorite colors. We greatly appreciate you stopping by. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye kids, see you some other time.
Kids, well, you've now learned a total of 8 colors, we only have 2 more to go. Does anyone remember the 2 colors we have left? Well, yesterday I said we would be learning 4 more colors. We had a special guest yesterday, she shared with us her 2 favorite colors. Do you remember, Ms. Charlotte? Well, she shared with us the colors, purple and gray. I thought she did a terrific job. I could just tell, she enjoyed being here with you, yesterday. She even told me so, afterwards. She thought you were well behaved, and she's looking forward to sharing with you again, sometime in the future. She's such a nice woman. Don't you agree? Well, let's get started. Today, the 2 colors we're going to learn are brown and white. I particularly love white for so many reasons. In the fall, there are a lot of acorns. Most acorns are brown. We tend to get a lot of brown acorns and leaves around here in late October and into November. Do you remember the color gray Ms. Charlotte taught us? Well, did you notice the squirrel is gray? Did you know that squirrels love to eat acorns? They dig holes in the ground, place the acorns in them, and then cover them. During the winter months when they're hungry, they return to get their acorns for food. Acorns are a type of nut that squirrels just love to eat. Well, kids, we're down to our last color. That color is white. White is the total opposite of black. Kids, now take a look at the balls and tube in this short video. The balls and tube are both white in color. Now, take a look at the trees covered in snow. The snow that is falling on the trees is white. Do you see the rabbits? Well, they are the color white. Do you remember I told you I loved white for many different reasons? Well, a couple of reasons is because it's clean and the other is because it's so bright. So, before we go, I thought it would be a good idea to go over all 10 colors again, but really quickly this time just so you can remember all that we spoke about. The 10 colors are red, green, blue, yellow, black, orange, purple, gray, brown, white, well, kids, teaching you 10 colors was so much fun. I can't wait to do it again sometime. If you have trouble remembering these colors, just have mom and dad play the video over again until you learn them. Great job, kids. Class is over, you can go line up to catch your bus home. See you again soon. A special thanks goes out to www.zapsplat.com for the free use of their sounds in making of this video. Thanks for watching. I hope to be bringing you more educational videos in the future. So, please stay tuned and remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.